After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 22. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Push him back.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger has had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 in a win against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October of 2014 was kind to Big Ben.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ain't no such thing as a lift. Hey, check line 33. Check line 33. Okay, just like that. Just like that.
From the 16, Roethlisberger completes it to Moncrief left side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Mark that. 230. Here we go. Here we go. Blue 30. Hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone. The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Here we go.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Kareem Hunt, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
First down.
Black 20. Let's go. We got this. Switch. Double bump. 8.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
Black 30. You don't see me in your nightmare, son. You don't see me. Middle.
Roethlisberger. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Washington. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
He's brought down by Ryan Shazier. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 11.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the Ravens' 47-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And it is now 21-0.
Next to score, Steelers 21, Ravens nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. Don't get nervous. Check 4, check 4. Check the backer, check the backer. Peek in, peek in. Explain. Slam.
Jackson down to throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I mean, it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
He's coming. What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? Hey, check my bucket.
3rd and 2, now Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. Roethlisberger now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10, it's 1st down. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the 38, Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch the screen. Pass. Mike 55. Shot. Don't get nervous. 55's my guy, 55. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here we go. Like 5. Easy. Crunch.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's McDonald. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Ben to throw again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's put that team on the block. That's it. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Mike.
Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. First at the 14. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Roethlisberger will hand a counter, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All right, now. Block 80! I got you, punk. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey. 4 down. Easy. Watch 89.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Tim Williams with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Jordan Berry now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Pulled in at the 24. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early.
It's caught at the 10. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 56 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Tackle. Check over. Check 3. Back 55.
They'll run it with Dixon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way, but that means you're counting on your offensive line to win a line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13, it's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Connor, he's got a first down and then some at midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, it's Connor, and he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Boswell's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro. We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Ready. All day, baby. Hey, put it right.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's what I do.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't. Hatchet.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt and the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Good job, fellas.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check the out.
They'll run on 1st down. Connor. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now on 2nd and 13, Roethlisberger gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Spins by. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive,
Went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson flushed out right. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. On 1st down. It's Connor, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Take this across midfield and inside the 45. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Tucker now for the extra point. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. Two scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. So that one will be accepted. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball. Getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
Oh, and now some space to operate. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Connor, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And the Steelers on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Roethlisberger. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Ingram again. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now Jackson on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Now Jackson throwing again. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And an alley to run. 20. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll run here with counter. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Again, a run with counter. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. But more importantly, they'll get a week to rest as they've earned a first-round bye in this year's playoffs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad
just wanna be her. From your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, my cut right off on the curb. Like I'm Barry Sanders, chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold.